Hello, and welcome back to With the Flow, a Junco podcast. I'm Addison Haggerty. Today I'm speaking to Medjine Pierre. Medjine is a registered nurse at Northwell Health Systems, a master's student and founder and CEO of Let's Talk Health Ladies, an organization aiming to educate those that menstruate with answers to myths and commonly asked questions about their bodies. As a fellow cup user and hardworking healthcare professional with super unconventional hours, Medjine is here to discuss her personal and medical experience with menstrual cups, and to explain how Let's Talk Health Ladies is breaking the cycle of misinformation every day. Medjine, thank you so much for being on the podcast today.
Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to come and share my thoughts with you guys about the June Cup.
Absolutely. So could you please explain and introduce the work of your super awesome organization, Let's Talk Health Ladies, and kind of walk us through how that came into fruition and where you thought of it and everything?
Yeah, of course. Basically, me and my friend, we also both are in the master's program in school. We had a course called Health Population. So during the course, we noticed that there's definitely a lack of access and resources for a lot of people in the population. Sometimes when we're privileged and we have access to a lot of healthcare resources, we don't realize the population that does not. Well, I decided that I wanted to open up my nonprofit organization, and she was very supportive. She's like, let's do it. We can do this together. I'll be there supporting you.
Awesome.
It would be a good support for a lot of people in the community, and especially for people who don't have access. So this will be a good information. We started in July, and we just kept on pushing since then. It's been going really well so far.
That's awesome. Yeah, I love it. I have checked you guys out on Instagram a little bit, and you have like these little informational graphics every now and again that I've already learned so much from just from scanning the page so far. So I'm definitely excited to see how you guys continue to grow and share that kind of information. So as a healthcare professional, we talked a little bit about how you are also a cup user. So I want to kind of jump over to that topic a little bit and sort of ask what drew you to starting to use a menstrual cup instead of more traditional products on the job and just personally as well.
Yes. So with our organization, Let's Talk Health Ladies, we're always open to questions and people messaging us and finding out whatever they want to know. So definitely we had a few messages where someone asked us, oh, this new menstrual cup, what do you think about it? What's your thoughts? And honestly, I wasn't sure. I thought about it. I was like, let me try it out so I can, have a firsthand experience and can be able to let people know what my thoughts are. And if it's beneficial or not. And I did try it over the summer and I did fall in love with it. So yeah, it was excellent. And the thing is, I'm usually a pad user. I don't usually use tampons. So this was a big change. So I was, kind of stepped out of my box and I thought it was wonderful. Definitely need some time to get comfortable with it for, a different user, but I think people need to step out of the comfort zone and just give it a shot.
Awesome. Yeah. Has it come in handy as a nurse working unusually long, crazy hours?
Yes. So it definitely has. I know the instruction says not to keep it in for longer than about 8 hours, but I did push the limit and I kept it in for about 14 hours. So this is so beneficial, I think, for many nurses. I know a lot of my colleagues are using them too. And, it's cool to have this open discussion about it. Yeah. So I definitely think it's good for if you're going to work long shifts, long hours. I think it's great. The only thing I would say is definitely try it at home. And get comfortable with it before you go in the public or in the community trying to change the menstrual cup or pour it out.
Great advice. Awesome. I'm so glad that it's helped you on long shifts. And I can only imagine how nice it would be not to feel like you have to run to the bathroom every so often to change something. But yeah, it makes my heart happy to hear people who have success stories with it out in the world, and can work up to using it in public restrooms and just really, reap all the benefits of the cup.
Exactly.
So speaking of benefits, could you maybe explain some of the medical specific benefits of using a cup over tampons or pads?
Yeah, of course. So with the menstrual cup right now, so there isn't a lot of evidence-based literature right now. So I would definitely discuss my personal benefits and the benefits that I noticed from the menstrual cups. A lot of people tend to have vaginitis, which is inflammation of the external area of the vagina. So that helps as well prevent that because a lot of people get the itching or irritation from pads. So that helps prevent that. Products are changing, which is great because they have natural products and now they have the menstrual cup. So this is excellent.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, I can speak from personal experience on that. I actually had no idea that more traditional period products, I didn't know that there were other options besides pads and tampons. And I had no idea that some of I think it's maybe even the dyes, or I know there's some that are even scented,
Yeah.
like some of the applicators, we're just so
Hmm.
taught that, it's not okay to have any kind of smell that isn't flowery down there. So
Exactly.
they put a lot of dyes and scents and stuff that we just really shouldn't be putting up there. And I didn't know that
Exactly.
personally until recently when I
Hmm.
made the switch to the June cup.
The other thing, if with using the menstrual cup, I would like to mention is a lot of hand hygiene, making sure that you wash your hands thoroughly and wash the cup as well after each use with soap and
Hmm.
water, just to prevent staph infection. Because staph infection is the other thing that leads to toxic shock syndrome. There's a myth now that people are saying that, oh, there's a decreased toxic shock with the menstrual cup, but it's still a risk, but it's very rare, but it's still a possibility. So I just want to make sure and clear that out.
Awesome. Definitely. Yeah. Thank you.
No problem.
Okay, so we also spoke a little bit before the interview about how much passion you have and interest in health literacy, access, and just overall empowering young female identifying individuals to gain power with knowledge. So, going off of that, what are your hopes and dreams for the future of Let's Talk Health Ladies as far as continuing to carry out those same kind of missions?
Hopefully, one of our biggest goal is to have a classroom setting where we can educate young girls on a weekly basis, set a day that these girls can become a member of our organization where they can come and get education regarding reproductive health and the knowledge as well that we're going to provide everybody with on Instagram and hopefully virtually Zoom lessons, different things so that they can be aware of their body and know that this is just a normal process of developing into a woman.
Wonderful. Yeah, no, I love that. I have so much respect and excitement for what you guys do. I had a personal experience with a doctor that just absolutely changed my life. And she listened to me more than any other doctor that I had ever come in contact with when I was
Wow.
having issues and wanting to go
Fantastic.
with a less hormonal route with
Nice.
things. And I'm so happy for you guys, continuing to have this conversation on social media, and really hope that someday COVID will calm down a little bit so that you can
Yeah.
get into the classroom and start making those connections in person.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. So how could listeners best connect with you and learn more about Let's Talk Health Ladies Incorporated?
Okay, so everyone can follow our Instagram at Let's Talk Health Ladies, and you can message us at any time. So people can connect with us through there. They can email us at Let's Talk Health Ladies at Gmail.
Wonderful. Well, Meijin, is there anything else that you'd like to add?
Everyone should at least give the menstrual cup a try. Don't knock it till you try it. You never know. I didn't think I would fall in love with the menstrual cup, but I did, and I really, really love it. And it's definitely changed my life.
Yay. Great advice. Same here. Well, Meijin, thank you so much for being on the show today.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.
Here's this episode's Break the Cycle tip brought to you by the minds behind the June Cup. Whether you're just starting your journey with the June Cup or you're a seasoned pro, there's no denying that you need a proper routine for keeping things sanitary. Tampons appealed to me as a younger menstruator because they were pretty hands-off. You can pop them in and pull them out and be pretty removed from the whole process. But because of this mindlessness, so many of us may forget that they're in and experience irritation or even TSS. Today's sanitation tip is all about finding your personal routine for cleanliness. I'll be honest, it does require more upkeep than a tampon, but being able to wear my cup for long hours knowing that I sanitize the cup and my hands before use makes me so much more comfortable than hoping my tampon was pesticide-free. Get in the habit of washing your hands thoroughly before insertion and removal, and be sure to boil or steam your cup with the June Compact Sanitizer between uses to keep your system safe and happy while bleeding. The June Sanitizer compacts for travel and storage and can have your cup ready for safe insertion in 5 minutes for around-the-clock protection. Thanks so much for listening, learning, and going with the flow.